Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Caucasian. Welcome back to the channel. Before anything, if you could please subscribe. There's only a certain amount of you that actually do, and you can help me out. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe later. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a couple of things to run down. There's been some news over the last 12 hours or so that I'm going to cover, but as well as some other things that I may have missed. I do apologise for the lack of uploads, I should say. I've not been too well. You might have seen some posts in the community tab, but I'm a little bit better now. Hopefully I should be back to recording normal content, but don't expect it every couple of days. We'll start with, I guess, the actual matches that have been played, because there have been a few since the last video that's been made. We've had, I think, 4 friendlies to this point and 1 left. We've got to play Wolves, and still actually Athletic Bilbao in the Testimonial Forest match, but we played against Vitoria SC twice. We drew with them 0-0 in the first game, or 1-1 in the first game, but we beat them 4-1 in the second game, and then obviously the trip to Japan didn't start particularly great because Joe Hart. Man, definitely positives to take. My other hat trick is always nice and lovely and cool and good and all that jazz, but we lost 6-4, so that's always something to consider, conceding 6 to a team that's not necessarily known for being attackively great, but we move, it's a friendly, but we bounced back. We managed to get a win against Gambo Osaka, nothing wrong with that, but considering the loss to Yokohama, we'll probably consider this a B or C kind of tiered pre-season, but obviously, like I said, there's still 2 games left, and we've been mixing and matching the teams around, trying to find a specific balance, I guess, to see what works and what hasn't. But there's also been some new faces to add to that, which is leading on to the next point. We've signed 2 South Koreans, and there's a potential of a 3rd signing, which I'll get onto in a little bit. But I guess I should start off with probably one of my favourite ones, because there's already jokes going about him, hit the Kwon. But we've signed Kwon from Busan, which is South Korean league, so both these signings, I should confirm, are South Korean signings as well. One's definitely more better than the other in terms of what they can bring, which is why I'm bringing in Kwon first. He's been signed in on a 5-year deal and an undisclosed fee. Nothing's really, I can't say I know too much about it. I don't watch South Korean football, but from the highlights that I've seen on YouTube and some of the things that I've seen from people that I follow on Twitter and stuff like that, it looks definitely like a solid squad depth option. But the main signing that we've got on a 5-year deal, it's always nice to get good players on long 5-year deals, and very similar to Thiago Holm, it's getting another solid wonder kid from a kind of sort of obscure league for a relatively good cost. Now this fella's called Hyun Jung Hyang. He's been signed on a 5-year deal from, I think, Gangwon FC, if I remember right. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's correct. But both of these boys do look like they bring 2 totally different aspects to the club, but they're 2 very similar styles of players as well, so I think that's probably why they've been announced as a double signing. But Yang's definitely got more potential to him. A £2 million deal's always quite big business when you look inside a league that's as small as Scotland in terms of financial budgeting, but it's a pretty good deal, and I hope that it works. So yeah, welcome to the club, Yang. Pop off, boy. Pop off. The 3rd potential signing that people have been talking about is a Polish fella. Might be Polish, I'm not actually too sure on it, but there's been a picture going around of whenever Celtic make group signings, they always take pictures together. There's been a picture circulating of 3 people standing there, so the chances are that we've got a signing a centre back for Legia Warsaw with Ski or something like that. I don't honestly know, but once we signed him, which looks very likely based on this image, I'll get his name correct. You have my word. And finally, just a word on outgoings. There hasn't really been too much that's been talked about in that aspect. I thought there might have been on the way out, things like that, but there's been no real links to any major clubs that would be of note of interest. Right now, as it stands, Fenerbahce's putting their name in. Obviously Ajax are still kind of in that maybe bracket of bringing them in, but the fee seems to be around £10.5 to £12 million, which is good money, but honestly I would prefer to keep them if possible. But definitely you know, business could be happening on that end, but there's been no news in Hatate since obviously the links with the Al Ittihad, which is always nice, and I would love to keep him at this club for another while, which is probably why Rodgers is so content in bringing in Korean-based players, because at the very least, you know, they can mix in and blend with each other, and obviously with, you know, Oh Seong-hyo, it's definitely a much more diverse, I guess in terms of Asian diversity up in the front part, but it's going to be good because, I mean, I can't speak for what I've seen with these players. Again, I'm only basing it off of YouTube highlights, but I like what I see, and hopefully it works out for us, you know what I mean? There's definitely things to look forward to, but there's been no major things. There's been no goalkeeper links, which sucks, honestly, based on the pre-season that we've had so far, but there's still a long while to go. I mean, right now as I'm recording this, it's the 25th, it's 20 minutes to 1 in the morning as I record this, so yeah, like I said, please subscribe if you enjoy this sort of content. That's all for this. Like I said, sorry it's a little bit short, but most of these videos that I'll make going forward are going to be in that sort of bracket, but if you want to see me make any videos that are more specifically tailored, or, you know, like a season predictions video or something like that for the SPFL, let me know and I'll start working on that video and try and get it out before the league starts. But there's not too long now. Ross County is only a few weeks away, so hopefully everything goes well at that point. We get a couple extra signings in the door and bolster ourselves and get ready for a good start of the season. Hopefully everything goes well anyway. But aye, thank you for watching, thank you very much for coming along and taking the time to sit with me and listen to me ramble. Like I said, if you like this content, you can also like this content, but you can also subscribe, and there's also other videos on the channel, you can go and watch them, they're up there, or, you know, up there. Yeah, that's all for today. Thank you very much, hope you have a nice day or night or whatever it may be, and yeah, take it easy.